everybody. Hope you have a haven't or had a great weekend. And I really was interested in talking about today's topic, and I think it's although it might seem kind of simple, kind of wrapping my head around it and thinking about it over the weekend, I started really to appreciate things differently. So that's kind of fascinating that a topic can make you appreciate things differently, just thinking about the topic you're going to talk about. So the topic today is, when is art not art? So that's the question. Over this weekend, as I was thinking about it, I had the experience of seeing things that some people thought was art that I didn't necessarily believe that it was art. And then I started realizing that I think we've all heard the adage of people saying, what one man's treasure is another man's trash, and one man's trash is another man's treasure. So that's actually true. I think when it comes to art, you might think something is trash, and then another person might think that is actually a piece of art. I think we all think about one thing that might be a view of not art, and that is graffiti. For those who choose to do graffiti professionally and get paid for it and do murals inside of walls, and it is a form of graffiti, is that art? The answer is absolutely it is. And then the other question would be, so the art that you see that the person paints on the bridge, that is graffiti, is that art? Well, I will tell you, to the person that did it, absolutely believes that what they did is art. And it's all in the eyes of the beholder, and it's all in the eyes of the individual that did the art or is appreciating the art. So those of you that are artists and you complete a piece of art and then you rip it up and throw it away, or you just throw it away, or you give it away, and you actually don't think it actually is art. I mean, that's obviously it's your opinion. It didn't come out the way you wanted to, therefore you no longer felt it was art, so therefore you destroyed it so nobody else could have it. How many professional artists really believe that their art isn't really worth anything, and then come to find out, we read the stories of these professional artists that get thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of dollars for their artwork after they've passed away. So we think about that for famous artists like Pablo Picasso or Rembrandt, individuals that are that have very, very, very famous pieces that are now incredibly collectible. And if you know somebody who has one of these pieces that it's an original, it's a very unique experience for them to explain the story behind how they got the piece of art, the history behind it. And I'm going to use the term the story. The story of what is behind the piece of art, and the story behind of kind of what led to you acquiring the piece of art, I think is very special. And I love hearing those stories. One quick little story is that my Uncle Gary has a little watering device, sprinkler, and it's hooked up to a hose, obviously. But when you put it on the hose, it's a tractor, and the water makes it move along the hose, the little tractor, as the sprinkler is spinning in circles. And Gary tells a story of where he found it, what he paid for it, how many years he's had it, what he named it. So for me, that's actually a really cool story. So if you allow yourself to be open-minded for somebody else's art, let that be their special piece of art, and don't pass judgment and say, well, what do you think of it? And the answer may be, obviously be honest, you may not like it, but say, you know what, it's all in the eyes of the beholder. And I'm really excited for the mere fact that you love your piece of art, and how important it is to you. So enjoy another woman's or another man's art, and it's all in the eyes of the beholder. So have a super week, and we'll see you next Monday for next Monday's tip. And thanks for taking the time. See you later. Bye.